Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Get strapped in and just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Taken at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Fields now to throw. Flushed out right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Now a first down throw. Fields. That's going to be caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be in the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run left with Pollard. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200 plus right now. But he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a throw here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Off play action, Fields. Rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Off the option, here's Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No, it appears they're going to mark him short of the first. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On second and very short, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Play action. It's Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown, Chicago! Darnell Mooney with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Bears have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
A run with Jacobs there on first down, but he'll manage only a yard or two at best. Second down coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have...
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility. And that's into a crowd and intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders are going to have it here as they start at their own 24-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Throwing his car on third down. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs, and he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter.
Can't do that.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they contained him very well. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One play action. Fields. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now it's Fields. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, Fields. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Working with 2nd and 5 now. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Cope. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
for it with Jacobs. Stiff-armed him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 2nd and 10, Carr quickly a slant to Renfrow. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Bears are going to get the football back at their own 17. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Able to avoid him at the 40. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 22 on the season, and the Bears have broken the tie. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Five yards remain on 2nd down. To throw his Carr. Renfrow bringing it in over the middle.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Carr. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now Carr, gotta have this one. He's gonna find and complete it to Renfrow. And he's gonna get this inside the 30. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's gonna go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Carr, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive? And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down, Pollard. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have broken the tie. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So Carr and the Raiders now down 28-21. Just under 2 minutes to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Gets this to Waller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing his car. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Carr to throw. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Here's Carr. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find Kmet. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. Past the 20. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. For another drive, the Raiders defense. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them by the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? A big play there on the catch and run.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue.
And this is caught. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Going to give it to Jacobs, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D.
Here's Jacobs. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. First throw of overtime for Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. Well, with these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. And he's got it. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys in the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans